I did not realize I was muted. My bad. I've been muted for a while. Did not realize that. I'm unmuted now. I went over a couple of things. Muted. Oh well. Let me make sure I'm unmuted over here. Let me see. Testing, testing. One, two, three. Yeah, I am. Wow. All right. Well, what I was saying was I was looking at the ATR here, which I've already put up here. The way that I got this ATR was taking the close of yesterday and adding the ATR to that close. Right now, the ATR is at this 664, and I'm looking for it to hold over this level of the 664. It's trying to break the sevens. Let's see what that 664 is talking about. If it can hold over, it looks pretty bullish. 15% up now, so it is where I kind of like to see it, at least up 10%. The previous high was 748, which it is heading towards right now. Two minutes left on this 15-minute candle. Will it stay above sevens? Fifteen seconds on this candle. All right, new candle out. Okay. So now we'll see how this ATR comes into play at 664 on a pullback. No pullback, huh? It's going up there to the highs. More and more volume. You can see the blue coming in right here across the screen. It may pull this point of control up here in just a second. Lot of volume coming in here. I don't know. It's not pushing upward though with all this volume. It needs to push up, or I'm gonna think it's about to turn around. Look at that volume coming in with no push up. It's got to break this high. All this volume. Yeah, it's about to move the point of control up. This is a lot of volume coming in here. Almost 5 million shares traded. Yep, there it goes, coming on down. Waiting for a pullback anyway. Needs to hold at 664. All right, is this going to be the first body block candle or what? Back below the 610 is dead to me because that's where it was getting blocked yesterday. All these other candles really don't matter. Down here, go ahead and get rid of them. We only need these two. So let's see if it wants to play ball. Pull that point of control up now. Point of control is at 709. This one we need to really drop back to 715-ish for it to go red. Let's see. Below 710, it'll go red. But we haven't seen a body block yet. I mostly look for those body blocks at the top of moves. So this one was from yesterday, but it still didn't really pull back. It was running out of steam into the aftermarket. Then we had an upper move here, a little bit of body blocking at 602, came down and then had this little break of 6. But I mean, at that point, it was only a 5-something%. I was like, I like to see them more about 10% up for sure. And now it's 6% from going right back under that. And we got the ATR here. If it fails this ATR, that's weakness. And if it fails this 610 again, that's major weakness back into this level down here. So let's see what it wants to do here. Getting body blacked a little bit at 1110 or 710. about $1 away from the last point that it got blocked. It is still above this trend though that I saw from yesterday. So we'll kind of have to see what it wants to do, if it'll just follow this trend slowly throughout the day upward. But I don't know. $7.09 getting challenged. Only up 15%. 5 million shares on the board for this one. Most of the shares that came in right in this area. So I'm wondering what it's trying to do. No pullback. Will it try to retest the highs up here of 748 or what? Also, the $0.25 level is in here as well. That's 725. Did not get that blast down that I was expecting. Maybe trying to break this thing. We'll let this candle close. Broke it by 1 cent. So 748, 749, 1 cent breakout, up 20% now. No pullback. So was that a trap, or is it going to continue to push? At this point, 709 is looking like the point that it needs to stay above. If it dies below that, it's going to have a lot of fighting to do to get back up here. A little bit of a false breakout. 1 cent, 1 penny above 749, and then down. That's wild. Somebody's trapped. They're down what, 19 cents now? So from 748 or 749, and they're down like 20 cents. They're in a very uncomfortable situation here. But it's not enough liquidity for any really big shorts to be in here yet. Unless they're taking small positions and buying as it goes a little higher, a little higher, a little higher into the open. But definitely some struggling going on. Five minutes left to the close of this candle. Again, finding a little bit of pressure, trying to get back into those 40s. Okay. Coming on down. So we got the ATR. It needs to hold this 664, and line in the sand is 610. Goes below that, it's dead to me. Five minutes left here. Buyers trying to keep it from entering the teens. Kind of a wall there at 720. Breaking now. Okay. Can they get it back up to the 20? Buyers coming right back in there. But now the formation, we have about 4 minutes left. We have a topping tail just like up here. And so I'm just thinking there's more bearish action up here right now. With all the volume that's coming in here, it's been about 4 million shares in this area. It's like, if it goes down, it's got a lot of weight behind it to carry it down a little bit for a pullback. And the buyers aren't doing a great job of keeping it over the 20s, over that $quarter level, 725. Three minutes left on this candle. Still watching for something else to try to challenge this thing, but this one is the best one today. Did not do my setup during pre-market, and that's what I'm waiting on. If I see it, I'll take it. Okay, so they're trying to hold it around that 720, but there's a big struggle at that 20. And this is the way that it looks now. This is kind of halted momentum. It was going up. It had this nice big green candle from 595 all the way up here to 710, and there was a wall here. So we want to see this pullback where shorts believe they're winning, and they may be winning. We don't know. It hasn't been confirmed, but we need them to believe that they're winning, and then a resurgence. But right now it's up 16%. And a bigger and bigger wall is forming at 720. One minute left to the close of this candle. If it closes over 20, it may be bad news. Yeah, bad news here. 15 seconds. If it closes under 20, it's bad news. It just looks bearish. Well, we still have not seen a body block candle yet. All right, opening there. Okay, 710, 7.9-ish is the area in question. Can it dive or is it going to rise? Got room back to this ATR high of 665. Okay, this is a little bit of a pause here. Don't like that. On a low float penny stock, this pause is not great. Holding up the 20s, the 75s, so it did not give me the pullback I was looking for. Is this the first body block at what is this? 720 almost exactly. Hmm. Okay, going a little red. Okay, there we go. All right, so the candle right here is the 720, looking like it's gonna be our first little body block here. Let's see if it can hold it down. How much will it pull back here? Bottom of this candle was 705s. Still a full 10 minutes on this candle too. If it goes under 10%, I'm just gonna have to leave this one alone and look for something else. 6 million shares traded on it though. And 710 is not one to break. Will it invalidate the body block? Let's say no, I want to go up. I want to go higher. Coming down to those 10s again. Wow, holding up there. 719s. Using to give up the ghost yet. What's the top of this candle? 734, but that's after this little, all of these little selling pressure candles here. If this candle closes like this, there may be some bullish potential in here for them to push your shorts out, but again, we have 9 minutes until this candle closes. So it could easily get defeated. Only 7 cents away from the breakdown. We're about to come to the 7 o'clock time zone or time period as well. The market is still marching its way down to that 19,500 that we talked about earlier. So yesterday we saw the market kind of validate. I took a trade on this move here when it validated this little trend and came back through. And then it came back and formed a lower ATR, continued on the trend, came down, tested the trend again, came down, and now it's invalidating the trend. So I thought this was uptrend, and now it's holding below it, and it's below not VWAP, it's below ATR highs. So I don't know what it wants to do here at this 1950, but there is a obvious level right here. So this level has been tested multiple times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. So there's been reaction to this level multiple times at 9. What is this? 19,400 is where it's been so reactive here. So I'm wondering what a breakdown of 19,400 will be like. And if it gets down there, I may be looking at SOXS to go long on because it goes up when the market goes down. If we get a strong reaction through that 19,400, SOXS may want to pay some money here. But got to give it time. This thing just keeps holding this 720 up. Like, what is going on? About to close this candle. Like I said, this thing is really trying to get up and go. I almost FOMO'd into that. It's like, oh, sometimes when they look like this, I'm like, oh, just buy it. But I just don't want to get trapped in this. I like my setup more because it's more accurate. Right now, speaking of setup, so right now, this is what I'm looking like on the month. So I've had 2 losing trades. One was 98 cents, one was 19 bucks. That's my biggest loser on the month. Profit loss ratio is 3 to 1, 3.65 to 1. I'm sitting with 80%. So that's why I'm kind of waiting on my setup. Because if I FOMO into this, I'm going to be mad. I'm going to be mad. Even though it's breaking out here, I'll be mad. No pullback and all that. Just let it run. Not chasing. So now it's up 22%. And still needs to hold above this ATR. Hasn't proven that it can hold here. Hasn't had one pullback above this. Well, one 15-minute pullback. That's what I'm looking for. Is this thing gonna start forming those big wicks? That's what it's trying to do. Hope not. Gonna be hard to read. Four minutes left until 7 o'clock. It's like, see, when you come to that point, you're like, you know what? Is my FOMO worth messing up my profits? And usually it's a no. Because you break your rule, you break a rule or break something once, it kind of like cascades. It's like, man, I should have just did what I do, man. Almost 8 million shares traded. Good morning, Donnell. Let me look back over here at the NQ here. Still nice and red. Man, I don't know. I'm gonna be looking. I'm gonna be looking today. If this thing wants to really come down under this level that's been tested multiple times, it's 19,400. That could be a beautiful move down, especially now that it's invalidating this uptrend that it was in. Hmm. We'll see. Maybe it can range out. Maybe it can make a couple more hits above this 19,400 and give a move all the way through the whole thing. But those are just ideas. We'll see what happens. Coming back up here to CRVO, re-entering the level of 750. It still has that bottom down there at 709 with no pullbacks above this ATR high. Yep, that's what I'm thinking, Donnell. No chase. It's not even giving 15-minute pullbacks. It just went at 610 and with no kind of, I really just didn't like this setup. I was like, yeah, I'm good. So now it's back under 20%, and under 10% is dead to me. I'm not touching it. Okay, so is this the first body block candle up here? 740. Okay. So it's doing it again, trying to become a blocker, but will it succeed here? $738, and this one was invalidated. So I just moved that one up since it's already labeled. Look at this. Yeah, it just doesn't want to pull back, I guess. So I can't do anything with any of that. I'll move it when it settles. The problem is the more of these wicks we get upward, the more shorts are piling on this. So when it does make the move down, they're more willing to hold because they've been entering. This thing's got 13 million shares, and when it does go down, they're not gonna sell. They're just gonna I mean, they're not gonna cover. They're just gonna hold it. Because they're already in a major winning position. Are you gonna go red? All right, there's a little bit of red. Let me activate this again. Okay, so we bring that right down there. All right. We'll see what it wants to do from here. It's still above the ATR high though, and still above this trend line. So I want to see, you know, it needs to break both of these and start breaking back below this 610 for me to just be like, okay. Or get under 10%. That's another thing you can do, and I will give up on it. Look at this. Just crash, bro. Yeah. This is a shaky stop. Even whether you're long or short, you know. Now this works out great for the hyper scalpers because it's really not deciding to do anything. It's just going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. So if you're in, get a little, you know, 5, 10 cents, you're out, and you look for the next one, boom, boom, boom. But that's not the type of trading that I'm doing. Yeah. It's becoming more and more dangerous. So now we got to identify a new body blocker because this thing's tripping. And with all this indecision, usually with a clean motion, you don't have to do this much. Like for the most part, for the trades that I do take that I win on, I don't have to do this much trying to find a body blocker. It's clear. It's like, look, there it is, boom. And then I'm looking for the rest of the play. But on this one, making me remark and remark and remark and reinvalidate. So I don't like that. NQ. NQ. What do you? This has been such a heavily contested level, man. I'm gonna have to see, man. If it wants to get down here to this 9,400 and break, that's gonna be looking mighty good to me for SOXS. Hmm. So indecisive. And the other issue is like if I'm buying a dip and it's doing this kind of action to the downside where it fakes like it's gonna go up, then goes down, fakes like it's gonna go up, then go. It just has me riding on a downward spiral, gives me a little hope, back down, gives me a little hope, back down. I don't want to have to deal with that. That's gonna be too much. It's too sweaty. Look at this. Every time you look around, easing up, coming down, easing up, coming down. So if you're putting stops in here, like how do you manage your stops on this thing doing this type of motion? You put it at the bottom, 720 comes down, hits that, put your cover position in, there's a short comes up, hits that. I don't like the mental games here. I don't like it, not one bit. Look at this. That's what I'm saying, bro. Every time, bro, you set your stop. That's shorts getting stopped out right there. Let's see if it does the same thing to the longs. And now 774, hit the little top. How much is this fallback going to be? No pullbacks. Not my type of mover at all. It better not go back to 750. Clap some more people out. I need a cleaner moving stop. But at least it has room to dip above the ATR high though. So maybe this one's going to be less of trying to get in on a dip and more of trying to attack a point, a point like the ATR, and see what kind of reaction we can get off of that. It's like the 665. Maybe it'll stop a little bit higher than that. I'll see. But right now it's just not giving any clear signs, and now it's back down to the 750s. So that's a 20-cent drop. Stop those guys out, and now it's back down here. And that's the problem with just getting in. Like if you don't know how this thing is behaving and you just get in, yeah, you may make money if you just hold through all this. Maybe if you just walk away from your computer, but just looking at this day trading it, you're like, ah, looks like it's gonna dump here. Looks like it's gonna go up here. Oh, there's another dump. Back to the 750s there, stopping folks out there again. But the overall picture is what we got to focus on. So how much selling pressure is coming in here on every candle? Sellers here, sellers here, sellers here, sellers here. So when this thing does decide to dump, I'm thinking it's going to dump pretty big. Got about 5 minutes into the close of this candle. Still that point of control is at 720. $15 million shares traded on this one. NQ continue to push down. And then right back up. Look at that. Right back up. Like, I just don't have the mental capacity to play with this thing like this. Oh, I have it, but I'm not willing to spend it. I'd rather put it on something else. 4 minutes left on this candle. Still no red 15-minute candles here. Ridiculous. Ridiculous. I'm just waiting for something else to hit the scans. It's only two things sitting up here: SNES and CRVO right now. Yeah, I know these folks. If you're just holding through this, I know you're just like, man, I just hope this thing doesn't dump. And then the shorts are like, man, I hope this thing doesn't break 779, 775. All right, seven. We got 2 minutes left to close this candle. Is it going to get back up there to those 70s before it opens up? Sixties on the ask. And the spread is not horrible on this one though, but it's just the overall momentum. Trying to get back up there to the 70s. Thirty seconds left. New candle. Okay. Look at this, bro. Let me just get rid of this body blocker because it just seems like this thing is just going to continue to just kill everybody. No red candles in sight. Is this going to be the first one or is this going to be another trickster? Okay. I mean, it's done this on every beginning candle. So let's see if this is a real one. Maybe I shouldn't have deleted. Actually, no. I can do this. What am I doing? What am I doing? I just back up. There we go. All right. Activate, pull that down. Is this a real red candle? Finally. So it looks like 764. That's a weird place to turn around too, for the body to be. Man, if this thing goes back green, I know some serious manipulation is going on in here. Plenty of shorts on top of this. And all I'm looking for is a pullback above this 664 and maybe a slow grind up during the day if it wants to do that. But at this point, under the 664, I'll be done with it. Okay, it's starting to look like a real downwards move. Needs to break the body of the previous candle here as the 738s and start holding body there. Bouncing up a little bit. $738s almost got hit. It's not letting anybody win. It's not letting anybody win. It's just faking out on both sides. So there's no consistency in this thing. All right, let's look at what the market did. It dipped down a little bit. Now I'm wondering if we get a strong movement back off of this 19,400 again. I mean, it's tested down here 5 times. Get a strong movement back up where it makes a higher low. We'll be looking at that XOXL for a movement back up, because this level is so strongly tested. Every single time it has a strong rejection off of passing this level. So I would just like to see it hit this level of 19,400, then make a higher low. And if it hits this level and makes a lower high, then I'm going to be looking at a SOXS at that point. But we'll see. The other thing I'm noticing is these points of controls on this thing are all over the place. So over here on my on this, we have the daily for it. We have the 30-minute, hour, 2-hour, and 4-hour. Look at the point of controls. This one says on the 4-hour 636. This one says 586. This one on the hour, so this one is a 4-hour, 2-hour says 586. 1 hour says 720, and then 30 minutes says 720. These points and controls are all over the place. Usually it's a little bit of alignment, you know, it's a little bit of agreement, but all of these just all over the place. So it's even got the platform confused. Interesting. That was really long wait time. I don't like that. That was way too long. Let's go to advanced. Switch. Oh, that's why it's so long. Okay. Minute. See, I'm sure it'll be something better coming into the open. This one probably will drop off the map, because if traders come in and or if they've been watching this thing, especially folks that trade from the open all the way to the end of the day, and they see this trading like this, they're gonna be like, okay, this thing is indecisive. You know, if I go short or long, it's a dangerous position either way it goes. So I'm gonna avoid this. So I'm thinking at the open, there's gonna be a lot of sell off on this one with this action, because I know I would be trying to get up out of there. Can it get this bar closed red? This will be the first red bar since let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So, well, look at there, back green. That's insane. Yeah, I can't trust my money to this one. Coming back and just really hugging this 19,500 right now. And what will happen if it comes down and taps this level here, 19.3? That looks like it would be the third tap on what looks like a little trend. So I'll see how it taps that and then see if it can reclaim that to move up. Yeah, this thing's just a problem. Not one red bar here. Very irritating. I know the shorts are very irritated with this one. Yeah, I'm gonna go down. I'm gonna go down. Nope. All right. Well, I'll see if anything else comes up. As of now, CRVO, I can't do anything with it. Um, got about 4 minutes left on the stream because I didn't find anything to trade. So we'll see what happens at the open. About to go and get me some breakfast and get ready to get. Actually, wait, no, not breakfast. I'm about to get out of here. It's Thursday, isn't it? Thursday. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Never mind. I'm about to get out of here. Um, appreciate you guys for tuning in. I wish it was something a little bit better during pre-market, but at least we know the activity of CRVO and why we shouldn't trust it throughout the day. Um, and if you did still do trade it, I mean, good luck to you because it is taking souls of both sides on today. And the crazy thing is, the market really hasn't made any decisions either. It's kind of sitting sideways. So I really don't know what it wants to do. So there's just indecision all over the place. But we'll see. I'm gonna try to keep my win rate pretty high, which it is right now, 80%. I've taken 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 trades this month, and 8 of them are winners. I guess if that's 80%, yeah. So 8 of them are winners, and I'm just gonna keep going on like that. If I don't find anything, I mean, I really don't care if it's a no trade day. I'm cool. I just want to continue to look for the setup. If the setup doesn't work, then okay. I'm not mad at myself because I found the setup and executed on the setup. But if I'm just, FOMOing in like I almost did this morning, I was like, ooh. And then I was like, nah, you know what? That's not the setup that I want. I want to just look for my specific setup. But anyway, about to jump on off of here. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. And as always, I will see you in the next one. If you're going to continue trade, definitely keep your head on the swivel. If you're in the Discord, and I don't even know if the Discord dropped, but let me drop that Discord link real quick. Grab that. But it is free. Discord is always where we are after things shut down. Bam. Copy. And I will see you guys over there if possible. Anyway, that's it for me today. Better get on down. And as always, I will see you in the next one. What do I want? Peace.